anyone who talks like this is not fit to be president.
But it remains to be seen. It's going to be chaotic for a while.
Oh, it's going to be chaotic, is it? Thanks a lot. I mean, what is this? He's talking like some passive bystander, not the leader of the most powerful government on earth. These scenes at the border, this humanitarian crisis, this chaos, this crime, it is a total abdication of presidential responsibility. Biden didn't just not prepare for the chaos, he's now predicting more of it. It is unacceptable, inexcusable, and frankly, because it's the exact same pattern of behavior we saw with Afghanistan and the debt ceiling and now this, as far as I'm concerned, it is impeachable. It's going to be chaotic, says Biden. He might as well have saved himself the effort of standing up on that cold January day 2 years ago, droning on about unity or whatever, and just made that his inauguration address. It's going to be chaotic. Biden is the chaos president. He is the cruelty president. And now we see, with those 9 bank accounts, 9 Biden snouts in the trough, he's the corruption president. But honestly, more even than any of this. Biden is the non-president. Where we need action, there's a vacuum. Where we need strength, there's weakness. Where we need leadership, there is just a shallow, hollow husk. He personally causes the worst foreign policy humiliation for America in at least half a century. And what does he do? Blame Trump. In January, Kevin McCarthy called for negotiation on the debt ceiling, said, let's not leave it to the last minute. He passed a bill to raise the debt ceiling. What does Biden do? Blame Republicans. It's his party, the Democrats, who refused to negotiate and now haven't got a plan. On the border, for 2.5 years, they've been building this crisis with their far-left policies. What does Biden now do? Blame Congress. It wasn't Congress that got rid of Remain in Mexico, that stopped enforcing the law, that undid everything that was done to secure the border in the Trump administration. It was you, Biden, who did this to America. This is the pattern. It's pathological. Create the crisis, blame someone else. And as with Biden's disingenuous guff about unity and democracy and respecting the rule of law, it is the exact opposite of what he promised. He wrote, and I quote, "If I'm elected president, I will always choose to unite rather than divide. I'll take responsibility instead of blaming others." The sheer shamelessness of it. Just listen to him.
He should take responsibility. He's in charge.
This is a national emergency. And so the president should take responsibility. But I'll take responsibility for what I do and say.
Just lies. Lie after lie after lie. Failure after failure. Chaos, cruelty, corruption, on and on. The roll of shame for this feeble non-entity of a machine politician, totally controlled by the extremists and activists who've captured his party. Has there ever been a president of this great nation so completely inadequate, so manifestly mediocre, such a massive, staggering embarrassment? If you can think of one, do let us know. You can reach us on Twitter and all the social media platforms at Steve Hilton X and at NextRevFNC.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.